Hello and welcome back to another episode of Math with Zone. Today we are going to be figuring out the end behavior given a graph. So let's get into it. So end behavior is really referring to when you have some graphs. And on those graphs you can only have one of four things. You can have a graph where it is going up in both directions. And notice how I left the middle kind of like empty? That's because we're only concerned about the end, which is the left side and the right side. In the middle, it could be doing anything. It could be doing some craziness, okay? So I just made it really crazy in the middle because that's not the part that matters. So it could be going up on both sides. It could be going down on the left and on the right with a graph that looks more presentable. Or it could be doing something different. It could be going up and then down. So it could be going up from left to right and behaving like a line. Or be going down from left to right and behave also like a line, but like a very squiggly line. Okay? So when you have that, you need to first recognize that end behavior will always, always, always have a right side as x goes to positive infinity, that's the right, and a left side as x goes to negative infinity, that is the left. That is every single time, and it doesn't matter which one you write first. I go back and forth. I think that most people would probably write left side first, which would be x going to negative infinity. Then it's going to say as f of x, which is y, and f of x, which is y, and it'll ask you to fill in the blanks, or you will have to create the scenario for yourself, because it's always going to have a right and a left. So on the right side, for this graph right here, on the right side, as x goes to positive infinity, f of x, are we going up or down? Well, on the right side of the graph, that's over here, are we going up? Yeah. Well, if we're going up, that is positive infinity. What about on the left side of the graph? Well, on the left side of the graph, that's over here, we are going up again. So you can make that problem for yourself. Each and every one of these will be having the exact same scenario. So over here, I can start it the exact same way. X as x approaches positive infinity and x as x approaches negative infinity. As f of x is doing what? And as f of x is doing what? Well, on this one, we have it going down on the left and down on the right. So on the right side, that's x approaching positive infinity, f of x is going to negative infinity. And on the left side, it's also going down. On the left and the right, it's going down. So both of these are negative infinity, which tells you something about these even degree polynomials, that if they are going in the same direction, they are both going to be either positive or both going to be negative if it has an even amount of zeros or an even root. All right, so let's do the odd ones. So these odd ones still are the same exact thing. And I say odd because it has an odd direction. It's going in opposite directions. It's still going to be x approach positive, x approach negative. That's what these arrows mean, approach. As f of x is doing what? As f of x is doing what? Or are we going up or down? What is the y value doing? So on the right side, that's what this means. As x approaches positive infinity, on the right side, we are f of x going, on the right side, up. On the right side of this graph, the line is going up. So I put positive infinity there, or just infinity. On the left side, as x approaches negative infinity, this graph is going down on the left side, so this is negative infinity there. And now we have one more. It does not matter what's happening in the middle. Notice I haven't paid attention to that at all. So here we got one bump, here we have two, here we have like 3 or 5 or 7, and here we have a few more, but that doesn't matter. It's still going down from left to right. So we can still do everything we were doing before. Do not get intimidated by how many wiggles the graph has. And I always don't like writing as. I don't know why. So f of x on the right side of my graph is going very down. That is negative infinity. on the left side of the graph as x approaches negative infinity. That's left. That's the left side. What are we doing? We are going up. So that would be positive infinity. And that's a very bad infinity symbol. But that's all there is to it. Now, there is going to be another video if they are not graphed. This is if it's graphed. There's going to be another video that is different if they are graphed, but that's if you're in the polynomial section. If you're just looking at key features of a graph, this is all you would need. But occasionally, you will have a problem that's starting, and it just gives you the equation and then ask you to find the end behavior. And if it does that, you would need to check out my other video. So if you're looking for something that looks like that, you need to check out the other video. But until next time, I will see everybody later. See ya.